Good morning, everybody. Grandpa Doss Farms, how are you? Thank you for coming along. We appreciate you so much. Those of you who've been with us for a long time, those of you who've been with us a short time or brand new, we thank you all so much. Look around. What don't you see, folks? You don't see Grandma. I'm solo today. Grandma is still recovering from her surgery, as most of you probably already know. So she's not quite up to coming out here and running around and lifting and toting things. She's pretty strict orders, but she is doing better, and she will be in this video. She'll be here, rock and talk, okay? She does feel like doing that. If you watch my last video, the one before this, last Wednesday, all right, Chad came down and fed the animals in the morning. Matt came down 2 times in the afternoon. Some of you were going, hey, how come Matt didn't do it? Well, there's a reason for that, and we're going to talk about it. And if you watch Chad do the video, he couldn't have done more to go that way as to stay straight on the path. Was I shocked? No. So I thought I would do this today. Chad, this video is for you. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you through step 1 through 20 of whatever I do in the mornings by myself. There are a lot of things you don't see in a regular video that I do. All the measurements I take, all the things that I do, and why I do them, okay? Not going to be a long video from that standpoint, because I'm going to get through it pretty quick, because we want to get over and talk to Grandma. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you. So Chad, you pay attention. Everybody else pay attention, because some of you think you know, but you don't know everything. And let's go. This is the mixture right here for the pigs. I put in about that much alfalfa and Timothy grass mixed, about that much water on top, let her soak for a few minutes, okay? And then that's what we'll give partially to the pigs. The kitty cats are always greeting me right here. Yeah, forgive the mess, by the way. I do have a lot of minerals. Each one has its purpose. This is my workstation right here that I do a lot of work on. I've abandoned that. Now it's just all about minerals. I got their animal crackers, I got stuff for the dogs. Throughout the day, they do get a little bit of each one of these. But in the mornings, Chad, pay attention. In the mornings, we start out, the only thing the doggies get, and I didn't break that evenly, are the dentist sticks. If you notice, Chad gave them the bacon. Bacon is for the afternoon, Chad, okay? In the morning, I'll give the goats a few of their treats, which actually are their minerals, like so, and I put them in my back pocket so I can distribute them easily. So they get a couple of those. The kitty cats, if you notice, Chad came out and I said they get a can of food each, and they do. What he didn't know is that Mama Kitty likes this food. All right, this is the crumbles, I guess you want to call it. It's not a solid. All right, she likes that. Baby, she likes this solid canned food. All right. Of course, now Mama's going to prove to me that she'll eat either one. But generally, Mama, you're going to have to share with Baby. Yeah, get in there, Baby. I'm going to have to cut that into. Mama's going to now prove me wrong. Let's just say that I put one each down for both of them, okay? So that's the wet food, right? Dry food only goes over here, okay? This, where you saw Chad put down a canned food, that is for churros during the day. That is not for wet food. So that's how I get ready in the morning, right out of the chute, out of the garage. So now we got to let the birdies out. Now normally the birds are not out of the coop when I come down here. So I told Chad, left him the notes, and I said open up the northeast door. You open this one, right here. I don't know why some of them want to come out here in the morning. They don't want to come out the front door. I said leave this gate open. He didn't. That was in the notes. Then we open this gate to the coop. We leave it open. You got that one. Hi guys, good morning. Take this strap right here, put it on this door in case the wind blows. It don't shut back. Hi kids. Now normally I already have their scratch distributed, okay? I do this right here. I don't just toss a big old stream of it. I do put a little bit out here, put a little bit in there, okay? Normally I don't come back and give them wormies till after I'm done with everything else, but today we're going to make an exception because Chad didn't do the wormy dance, so I got to make up for that. Got to do the wormy dance. Chad, this is how you do the wormy dance. Pay attention. Dun, 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 dun. Some of you, I saw in the comments, were thanking Chad for not doing the wormy dance. Oh, thank you for not doing the wormy dance. A lot of you said, Chad, you forgot the wormy dance. We are going to do the wormy dance on Grandpa's channel. Shut your eyes, fast forward. I don't care. So yeah, Chad did not give him wormies that morning. I don't think that was on the list, so he didn't know. Another thing I do when it's really hot, I go ahead and open up this coupe door so they can get some air in there today. Yeah, there's baby. Hi, baby. Hi, girls. Some of you are just late sleepers. You know what? You love sleeping in. So we'll strap this back so it don't shut accidentally. Yeah, it's about 70 degrees right now, and it is balmy, muggy, sultry. There's a good word, sultry. So that should take care of everybody here. I don't give them fresh water first thing in the morning because I did that last night about 4 o'clock, and they only have a couple hours to actually get in it, so it's not dirty. I don't clean the coop out till later on in the afternoon, so we're good there. And now we come out here and we do puppy food. So we got puppy food here. You can always count on the puppies eating about at least one of their bowls full of dog food, okay? So now we get over here and everybody's waiting. Hi guys, good morning. Should we show them? Let's show them our morning routine. This is how we do it. Let's do it the right way. Yes, oh Dad, when Chad was here, it was weird. Yeah, I know. Y'all got bacon and you weren't supposed to get bacon. So we can't be doing that. Don't be expected bacon, all right? Good morning, boys. How are you? How are you this morning? What we do this morning, I don't go right in and do the puppy food. I hang this over here, like that. Now I look around to see if there's any goat poo everywhere. And there's goat poo in here. And there's goat poo up there. We clean that later. Hi, Rambo. Hi, buddy. You okay? Say good boy. Good boy. Yeah, we get just a little petting. Now trust me, right now these guys are only thinking of one thing, and that's eating, and that's treats. Yeah, but we're going to do them down there. We do them down there, don't we? We don't do them right now. You guys ready to go? We got, I bet, a good ½ inch of rain early this morning, so things are a little bit soggy again. Hey, look at that. See that right there? That's the gate I had on the littles. That is the original gate where Chad would come up and feed Smokey. I've shown that before. And I'm going to paint that, and we're going to leave it there, kind of a marker, remembrance, and yeah, that's where it all started. Right here about 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago now. Here, come on, hey, come on, listen, buddy. Look, he does tricks. I'll tell you what, you stubborn little outfit. Come here, boo, boo, boo. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Mags, speaking of 4 years, Mags turned 4 in April. Chad said 3. Got him on that one. He actually corrected himself to me later and said, hey, I said 3. It's only, he's 4. So yeah, Mags turned 4 on Easter. The birds I got from Chad now are over 4 years old. So you guys ready? Now down here, Chad had most of his trouble. And even referring to the notes, no, got it wrong, brother. So let's go over here, show them how it's done, shall we? All right, Chad, pay attention. Take your pre-mix right here, and I have not been showing this in the last few videos, unless I got something really important to say, but I want Chad to see this, all right, in case he ever has to do this again. You got a 1 cup scooper in the pig food, the pellets, okay? I have 2 pig foods. I got the alfalfa Timothy grass right here, then I have the pellets over here, which is I get from Atwood's, just swine feed. Hi girls, I know, it's okay, I got you. So I distribute this evenly amongst the 3 of them, kind of how I do it. If you saw Chad, he just took and dumped it in the bucket, swirled it around. You know, perhaps my instructions weren't that clear, and I know y'all were screaming at him, that ain't how he does it, that ain't how he does it, it's okay. I thought it was pretty funny that he did that and swirled it around. But as you can see, if you don't have a system, the animals make it real difficult. Plus he let the goats and the dogs, the little goat, they all got in here, even though I had explained that there was a pen down there. So they got in here. Well, then you had a mess on your hands because you can't hardly get them out. So he went ahead and thought that these bowls were feeding these goats. Y'all know I step over here, right? See how low that is? Well, he didn't see that, even though it's about 10 feet from this little hole here. Well, this is the new part that I added to give the pigs more room. And I had a little lower fence. Well, he stepped over that. But you know, that's risky. That is risky right there. Funny, but risky. Risky in itself because Bella always goes under your foot. Always she goes under here. All right. And then he also ended up bringing that bucket over. Here go. Here, back. Here, Lola, honey. Lola. Here go. Okay, here. There you go, Livy. Ended up just dumping that stuff in here. Part of it on the ground. It was everywhere. Of course, you can imagine me watching it, thinking, oh my lands, these poor little pigs, they are traumatized. Yeah, and then he forgets her names. Chad, meet Olivia. Yep, she's the all cinnamon girl. And then of course, Lola. Now Lola, she almost canceled her subscription to DoorDash because Chad made her come from out there up to here to get fed. Lola is the queen of the queens on the farm, kids. She is the anchor. So, whatever Miss Lola wants, Miss Lola gets. This, Chad, is Bella. Bella, she's a cinnamon and spotted. Yeah, little cinnamon going on there. So that's how we do the pigos. We take our bowls here and we throw them back over for this afternoon. He wondered why we had 6 bowls. I said, well, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. I got the other 3 ready. That's what I do. Now, piggies are taken care of, okay? I checked the wallow. We got rain. They don't need water in the wallow. Now, we do the goats feed. And again, he fed the little goats over here, put them in those bowls. Did it work out? Yeah, it actually did work. They got fed. The big goats didn't bother them. The dogs didn't bother them. It went okay. I would come in here. I didn't get the hay up last night, so that's a mess. Doggies, stay out. Thank you, buddy. The dogs have learned this is not their thing. So what you do first, okay, we give the big goats theirs. The little goats do come over. They don't eat it. And then I go over here, watch. Little goats know this is their place. Come here, guys. Come on. I drilled holes in the bottom so there's no water. Awesome. Here we go. Here we go. Right here, boys. Hey, over there, that boy. They don't get quite as much as the big goats. And then we go ahead and lock them in. So while these guys are eating here, what I can do, remember the minerals I brought? I call them treats. So you all know when I say treats, they're minerals. All right, they get just a few of these. They got like 16, 17 essential minerals in there. I give them just a few this morning. Chad, you watching, brother? I watch all the kids' videos. So does Grandma. But you know what? I probably could not go down and do what they do exactly, you know? I see part of it on video, but you don't see it all 100%, just like you all don't see 100% of this. So for somebody to come in and just say, so just because you watch somebody's video doesn't mean you can go duplicate what they do, you know? We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. There we go. Now we all come down. Hi, guys. Who pooped on the bed? Huh? Who pooped on the bed? I looked on the camera last night and the 3 little ones were up here on this bed. Somebody even peed on it. That's just nasty. Also, something Chad did, he filled all 4 of these bowls up, which we only do 2. We really don't need any more. Since I brought it, I'm gonna put that there. They'll eat 1 by the end of the day. 2's plenty. We don't need 4, but they got fed, didn't they? They all got fed. That's the most important thing. I wouldn't do it, Fox. I wouldn't do it, buddy. Yep, attaboy. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. I had no problem with that. Stay away from the dog's food. Now we gotta do the hay. Tell you what, y'all sweating. Whew. By the way, y'all smell that? No, it ain't me. I got fly traps around here, and dead flies are stinking. But those fly traps are working. They are working. Oh, golly, remind me to show you something I'm doing for the goats here. Hang on a second. But the last thing we do hay, and we check their minerals in the big goat hut. And you know, I still ain't figured out a name yet for that thing. A lot of you got some good suggestions, and I just ain't had the brain to come up with a decision yet. Thanks for reminding me. I redid these platforms for the goats and made all 4 of them 4 pallets and made them even. and I'm working on a fourth one right here. I'm getting 2 more pallets from Kyle and Shannon, and I'm going to put another sheet of this siding on top of it. Then we'll have an even 4 pallets for the goats to sleep on. That'd be nice. How about that? I'm pretty excited about that. Really excited about that. I'm hoping I get that taken care of today. Oh. Now. What's he doing? Oh, look. Okay. There we go. Look at. You know you. Oh my gosh, that's funny. They are getting along great. But you wagging your tail, you're not mad, you're playing. See? You just playing with Mr. Rambo, aren't you, kiddo? I know it. Hi, puppies. Okay, listen, let's finish up. Let's show Chad what we do last, okay? Let's bunch this on one side, put some fresh stuff in here. We try to save the stuff that's already in there. We'll put the fresh stuff in. We're going to trick you. We're going to mix it in with the old stuff from yesterday, okay? And we'll fluff it up. Plenty of hay here. Are we good? We're golden there. Right, let's put a little bit over here. Watch out, puppies. Let's take this out of here. Yeah, let's take it out. Oh, that got wet. That's all right. We'll get rid of that. We'll rake it out later. We'll give them some fresh over here. Oh, goodness. There we go, buddy. Okay, hang on. Over here, they're those blocks, they're out of their loose minerals, so I got to get that. So we'll get loose minerals. Now, can you imagine me writing all that down for Chad Michael or anybody, even Matt? You know, Matt comes mostly in the afternoon, and he doesn't even know about this stuff in the morning, so I got to fill those up. Last thing we do, everybody gets a little bit of loving. Before I tell them I'm going to be back, because you've been up all night being good guard dogs, barking, right? Everybody gets just a little bit of loving before I leave. We got to. We have to. Got to thank them for the good job they do. Let me go say goodbye to the goats. Everybody gets a goodbye before I go. I'll be back in a little bit, okay? I'll be back. The other day, Gizmo and I were having a cuddle session like this. He loves to be petted. I wrapped my arm around him like that, and he put his head right there. Well, then he jerked back. He put his horn right in my ear. You may not be able to see it. There's probably a mark in there right now. He made me bleed. I thought for a minute he poked my eardrum out. So don't hug your goats like that, folks. Okay? Especially if they got little horns that can go right in your ears. That was my fault. Yeah, he was just loving on me. Weren't you, buddy? Yep. All right, I'll be back in a little bit, okay? Be a good boy. You be a good boy. You watch out over these goats, don't let them pick on the little ones, okay? BW, be a good boy, all right? Yep, sure, Dad. You know it. I put these minerals in here. You like them minerals, don't you, Bubba? Good, aren't they, buddy? They're good. That's okay. You can have as many as you want. Yep, as many as you want, Foxy. All right, buddy. See you in a little bit. All right, little man. I'll see you after a while, okay? See you in a little bit. There it is, boys and girls. That's the morning routine. That's how I do it anyway. You can understand how somebody coming in, filling in for me, could miss a lot of the details, you know? There's just some things I don't show on the videos that I do in between to get the prep work done, all the feed, all the minerals, all that kind of stuff. So that's why it can be kind of a hard act to follow. Hey, we're going to talk more about that. But the big thing is coming up, we got Grandma in the Rock and Talk, doing great. I'm excited about that. So let's get to that. There she is.
Don't make me move.
There she is. The main thing is I can't make her laugh.
That's right.
No laughing.
No coughing.
No coughing.
No sneezing.
No sneezing. That's right. Well, everybody missed you out there, I'm sure. I missed you. I kind of stumbled around though and got through it.
You did.
I'm not sure how funny I was though, you know. Wasn't near as funny as Chad was in that video. We're going to talk about Grandma's surgery and kind of what went on there here in a little bit, but we had a lot of folks that had, some had mixed emotions about Chad coming down and helping. The general consensus was it was hilarious, which it was funny. It is funny. If you have not watched the video that Chad did for us while Grandma was in the hospital, You need to go back and watch it.
They need to know the background and why Chad filmed it. And
Exactly, because a lot of people are wondering how come Matt didn't do it.
Right.
Bottom line is this. He did it to help us out, all right? Because we normally film our Wednesday video on Monday and Tuesday. Well, obviously, Monday and Tuesday were kind of out for us.
And
we really,
for Matt, because Matt had his own that he was
And for
working
Matt,
on.
that's correct. So we were almost going to end up not making a video at all. Chad, several days before, hey, he said, I got an idea. I'll come down, I'll film, and I'll edit. I'll do it all. And I'm telling you what
He also had his
sigh of
own
relief.
video to do the same day, edit and put out.
Right.
Same day I was in the hospital.
Yeah, so Tuesday morning, he filmed at his house. Then he came here and filmed this video, drove an hour and a half to the hospital, stayed with me for 5.5 hours.
And Ray and Carter.
And Ray and Carter were both there, that's correct. While we sat waiting on you, I watched him edit our video, which kind of distracted me a little bit because things were taking a little longer than what I thought. He edited that video right there. Then they left after you got in recovery, went home, filmed the rest of his video and put it on Tuesday night so you all could watch it. Some people were a little upset because he didn't get it 100% right down here like I would do it, all right? But I'm here to tell you right now, it turned out perfectly. He and I had even talked about it, how funny it might be for him to come down there. Yes, I left him notes. That was serious. That was serious. And even though, and I've already addressed it, even though he had watched some of the videos, there were some fine details that you just don't see every day, which I showed. Okay?
Well, and in his
Today.
defense, your notes are kind of hard to follow. I sent him a text Monday, I think it was, and I
You
said,
did?
Yeah, I did. And I said, hey, by the way, Dad left you a set of notes, and he said, oh boy. And I said, yeah. I said, just do the best you can.
I didn't know that, by the way. I was all going back on behind my back, but you know, I had told everybody I'm pretty anal when it comes to that stuff, honestly. You know, and I've always been the kind, nobody does it like me. You know, and I've kind of tried to back off that a little bit, but no, I not 100%. So when he said he would do it, it was such a big relief. You know, I mean, that's a lot. And then to edit, I was just as big a part of that as he was. And I think it turned out wonderful. Some people had said, you know, he did this and did that in a negative way. And of course, believe me, they got lit up pretty good right there. Because it was a wonderful video. It's a hilarious video. These animals were taken well care of. They were fed, watered, never in any, you know what I mean?
If they don't know your relationship by now with all three boys, you know, it's just, that's how they get along. That's how it is. It's just banter constantly. And it's a different relationship with each one of them, but that's how close they are. And we're very close with our boys. And people sometimes, when Chad first moved to Oklahoma, said things like, oh, I wish that, you know, you'd be able to see the kids like you did. We still see the boys. We still see the kids. We still talk every day. I mean, it's, you know, Kyle and Shannon came over the other night and stayed for, I don't know how long, ate dinner with us. I mean, that's just, we have a very close relationship with our boys and our daughter-in-laws.
Right. And I told, we kid each other a lot. And I had told Chad earlier, I said, hey, when you go down there, I said, you've got free license to say anything you want to about me, the way I do things. It would not hurt my feelings. I knew it would turn out funny. We know we have serious things going on in our lives. And we lose animals and things happen that are sad, and then we make a video and those things have to be brought out. I get it. But for the most part, you know what? We want people to laugh.
Yeah.
We want them to have a good time.
Yeah.
And if you want to laugh and have a good time, you watch that video. And yeah, he messed it up 10 ways to Sunday with notes in his hand. And I pointed out a couple of things, you know, along the way. There were many. To say I'm routine is a mild statement. You know, I am, and I just figured that he would need a little guidance, you know, but it turned out great. So anybody out there that thought that he messed things up, he did not. Most of you said, oh, that's Chad. You laughed, you had a good time. That's the bottom line. If we made you laugh, guys, I was laughing right along with you. It was great. So we just wanted to let everybody know that Chad did that for us
Yeah.
to relieve us from having to do that and then edit. And he did 2 videos that day, did the thing. Listen, that was a long day for them, coming up there and sitting like that. Carter, Ray, and then an hour and a half drive back, probably longer than that, getting back late.
Ray was awesome too, because
Yes.
I, you know, half of what they were trying to say to me I wasn't understanding, and she was sitting right beside me and I couldn't hear him half the time, and I'd have to say, can you turn around and look at me when you're talking, and Ray would just interpret what they were saying, and
True.
it was such a relief.
True.
And you know, I really appreciate them all coming up.
Well, we want to talk about Matt. He come down in the afternoons.
In the morning.
He would have been in the morning, yeah, in the mornings. He would have been there that morning, but again, Chad wanted to edit the video, so he had to film it. Now, Matt, and we addressed it in his video that he and I did, his last video on Monday, he cleaned out the chicken coop.
Yep.
And I said, that's a big deal. I'm gonna tell you something, folks. And you all know this from Matt. He's working hard at this. This is not his thing, but he's learning. You know, he loves animals with a passion. So it's hard for him to know that maybe animals may pass away. He knows they will, or they may suffer. They may, this kind of thing. It's hard for him. So when he came down and cleaned out the chicken coop, and he told me about it, he didn't do that because he wanted the chickens to have a clean coop. He did that for me because he knew that it was bothering me, even though I never said a word to him. He knew it would bother me if those chickens were sitting on poo from the night before. And he cleaned that out knowing how I felt.
And Kyle and Shannon were here for backup, because we knew Matt could handle it.
Right.
But we also knew that if he needed anything and we were that far away, that Kyle and Shannon would be able to help or take over or just be reinforcement. And so everybody had their own jobs to do, and it was a real blessing for us to not have to worry about anything. Of course, I didn't worry about a whole lot after I got that first.
You know, I was going to say one thing about Kyle, because this is how Kyle is. When the video, if you haven't seen the one where we cut down the tree, we all went out there, and I went over to get the chainsaw, and I looked at Kyle and I said, you know, you want to run this chainsaw, don't you? You want to cut it? He said, I want to cut it. He did that for me.
Yep.
He did want me to be underneath that tree in case something went wrong. He handled the chainsaw. So all 3 boys were thinking about me and thinking about Grandma in all those situations. That's how we are. But we have a good time. We love each other. We would do anything for one another in the long run. But yeah, along the way we do have a lot of fun, and so that's what it's about. And so we were so blessed, so relieved that they took over and did all that stuff for us. Kind of wanted to get that out there. All right, that's the whole premise of this video I did today. Yeah, I give Chad a little bit of a hard time, but in the long run, you know, now, like I said, got a video right now that he could watch, anybody could watch, and come down here and do what I did this morning. All right, from top to bottom, pretty much. You know, maybe a couple of details left out, but it worked out great. All right, let's put that to bed. Grandma is now free from that cantaloupe, folks. Yes, cantaloupe size. They call it a tumor, and they also call it a cyst, but it was fluid filled. Now, Grandma got the entire report back, and it's about that long, and it was good.
The thing that surprised me, or maybe didn't surprise me, but it explained a lot, it was called the cystadenoma fibroma. And that is a term that's a little different from what we had read on the MRI report and heard from other reports like the CT scan, that type of thing. But it's a unique tumor that happens in women my age mostly, and it takes on characteristics of malignant tumors. But it's very rarely malignant. It was benign, completely benign. So that explained a lot why nobody could just say yes or no that it was or was not cancer. But it was a big relief to read that. I looked it up. I looked up all kinds of things in the reports that we got and how they did this surgery. It was incredible. Of course, I don't remember any of it. I remember up until the point, well, part of it, up until the point of going into pre-op. And after that, I don't even remember going into the operating room or coming out of the operating room. First thing I woke up to was somebody in my face yelling, "Breathe." And, you know, it was alarming. And she just kept yelling in my face. And she'd say, "You're at 70, you need to be at 100. And I had no clue what she was talking about. And I heard myself saying, I'm trying, you know. And finally, in my mind, I said, "I don't like you." And I'm hoping it was only in my mind that I didn't verbalize it. But it seemed like it was a short time that I was in there with her, and after that I think that's when I came into the room where you were, and that was the first, when I got in the room with him, that I knew that everything was benign. If they told me before that, I didn't remember it. So.
Yeah, I asked her within the first 30 seconds, you know, do you know? And she said no. And I told her it was benign. And we had a moment.
We did.
Because even though I felt like with all the information we had prior, that it just wasn't going to be cancerous. I just felt that. I don't think Grandma felt as comfortable about it. I felt it, but you know, there's always that little, you know, that little bit of doubt that creeps in from the human standpoint, that what if, because we have to deal with that too. And you know, it took you a little longer than what I expected in surgery, but they had also said that they would come out and let us know if they had to do it. Actually, there's an easy way and a hard way, I guess, if you want to put it that way. If you do it the easy way, you don't have to stay the night. It's not as intrusive. And if you do it the hard way, there's much more opening. Well, if you do it the hard way, that pretty much means they had to do more than just a normal routine, and then that's possible that it would have been a cancerous situation.
I did not understand.
But I didn't hear. Nobody come out and said anything to me.
And I did not understand that even if they did it the easy way, that they would be able to look and tell you, which they did, hey, you're biting. Do I not pet as good as Grandpa? Sorry. That they were able to look at all the other organs, and she told you very clearly that everything looked good.
Yeah, she came out, or they and said that she did exploratory type stuff, looked at everything and said she is as beautiful inside as she is out. And she said, I mean that literally.
And I have the scars to prove it.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have one little incision.
5 incisions, plus they took all the, you know, because she'd had a partial hysterectomy back in 99, and so now everything is removed, and she got a clean bill of health.
And with these type of tumors, they very rarely occur again.
Yeah,
mostly
right.
Because there's nothing to attach to. That
right.
It has to do with the reproductive organs,
Right.
and they're gone. So.
And it's an amazing surgery too. You know, the sense of relief after the surgery was done, and going back to the room, we did stay the night that night because we didn't get out till almost 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And she was in no condition to drive an hour and a half back here at all. Such a relief, and it, you know, she went to bed, and it was about 9 o'clock at night there, and I just finished off 2 double cheeseburgers from McDonald's about 8:30 at night, which I never do. There was just a sense of relief, and I was just thanking God for, you know, looking back at the last
we felt the
3 years.
Power of prayer. We felt so many prayers.
You guys,
it was incredible. I mean, I read several comments, and everybody was praying for you, and it wasn't just on our channel, it was on everybody's channel. And
we can't thank everybody individually, folks. There's no way. This is it. This is the thank you right here. This is it, and that's why it's important that we also feel like we continue to pray for everybody else, because these things are going to continue for other folks, and that they're going through. And you know what? You may not get the same news we did, and God only knows why. It's His purpose to answer prayer in the way He sees fit, and we are thankful. And I'm not going to overthink it. That's what God intended. And this type of cyst tumor doesn't develop overnight.
Right.
Not as big as a cantaloupe.
Right.
We can look back now and pretty much kind of figure 3 years plus that this has been going on, and things started happening. And you look, remember, you live life forward and understand it backwards. Mm-hmm. Now we look back at some of the physical things that Grandma was going through that can be tied to something else, like IBS, the acid reflux, all these kind of things that a doctor, I won't say, well, yeah, basically misdiagnosed.
Yeah.
And we believe it was this tumor that was growing and putting pressure on things and making things internal uncomfortable. So God says, I tell you what, this doctor ain't getting it right. I'm going to cause this to happen. And I don't believe in accidents. I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in karma. I believe God caused that kidney stone. Mm-hmm. Said, here's what we're going to do. He gave Mom a kidney stone that led to, and I know I'm shortcutting it, but for time, that led to some x-rays, some ultrasounds, CT scan, CT scan,
then the
ultimately
ultrasound.
then the MRI,
yep.
to where that got us to this point we were at now, and changing doctors, and just, you can just see the path that God said, no, you're off here, let's go this way, and how he used other people to this end. And here we are to tell this story.
Somebody made a comment, and please don't feel like I'm calling you out, but she said something about liking the channel, but to leave the religious stuff out. And I want to explain. Religion to me is saying I belong to this faith or that faith, but having a walk with God and a prayerful heart, and people that are in similar mindsets that have the same beliefs, totally get it. It's not a religion. It is just who we are and how we believe, and what a wonderful Savior we serve. And it's not something we can leave out because it's such a huge part of our lives. And I would hope and pray for anybody that doesn't know that they could find the same peace that we have. It's who we are, it's what our channel is, it's what a lot of our family, DOS family members are, and it's just part of us. It's just part of us, and I'm not going to apologize for it, because that is our beliefs.
Well, you can't look back, take the circumstances. You cannot look back if somebody doesn't believe that it's God, that you go, oh, that was just luck. You left that doctor. No, we could have stayed there, and she'd been treated for IBS for the rest of her life, and this thing would have gotten as big as a basketball. And no telling what would have been the implications. So from our standpoint, watching over the years how our prayers have been answered, and our faith in Christ and our belief in God that he takes care of us no matter what. This is another testimony for us.
Yeah.
You cannot convince me that God's hand was not guiding everybody through this and bringing this to this ultimate end. And if you don't, and Grandma's a lot nicer than me. If you think that we're talking about religion too much, this isn't the channel for you then. I would like for you to stay. Maybe this might help in the long run. Maybe you need to look into some things in your own life. If you're struggling with things personally and wondering why your life isn't going right, why you're unhappy, why you're depressed, why this, why that, maybe you need to turn your life over to Christ. See how things switch around.
It will fill the void
in
your life
the void, yes.
that I guarantee you're feeling without God. But
right.
Even to the referral to the oncologist, I love Dr. Hernandez. She came in and sat down or talked to us before I ever went in, and then she went into the waiting room and talked to them and had quite a conversation over the hat that Chad had on. And she's just an incredible lady and a wonderful doctor. And all throughout her office there was scripture on the walls, and it just gave me a peace to know that even that appointment, that referral, was directed by God. I will get a chance to thank her again. We will see her again in 2 weeks, 6 weeks, whenever. And
yeah, so talking about praising God and giving him the glory and giving him the thanks, that's just what we're going to do.
I hope that you would see the genuineness and the
being
sincerity.
Mean?
No, I don't want to run anybody off.
I don't either.
I just want her to understand that is who we are, and we don't do it to preach or cram it down your throat. It's just we are right now rejoicing in what we've been through and what God brought us through. So
maybe this is the channel for them.
It could be.
Maybe
I like to think of it that way.
Yeah, there you go. I'll chill out now, relax a little bit. I do want them to watch. I don't want them to go anywhere.
I don't either.
But I guess I'm just saying we're not going to change.
Well, and when we say at the end, we love each and every one of you, we mean that. We mean that. It's for everybody that wants to follow and be a part of us and be our part. And you don't have to believe the way that we do to be a part of our Doss Farms family.
That's true.
But we do hope and pray that one day maybe something we say or do or something that happens in your life will lead you to understand the happiness and the joy that we have.
From the bottom of our hearts.
Yes. We will never be able to thank you all enough.
We did get some really nice things in the mail.
We have.
We'll show those in the next video because this one's kind of long. We just don't want to, go there right now. We'll bring those things back out. I'll check the mailbox again, and we'll have that in the next video. I just am so thankful. I just thank you, Lord. I cannot say as much, and thankful for you all. The response has been incredible.
Yes.
Anything else? Tired? Need a nap?
Tired, need a nap.
Need a nap. Getting your appetite back. It's coming back.
He's got me on a protein diet.
She's a little bit on a protein diet for a while. Protein, in case you didn't know, aids in healing. That's the new thing. I didn't know that. So she's taking as much protein as I am to get big muscles, just to get over this. Love you guys sincerely. God bless you.
And
We are
thank you
praying
for the prayers.
you. Thank you for the prayers. Let's continue to pray for one another. Until next time, everybody. God bless. We love you.
Bye.
Bye bye. If you just heard that big crash,
Yeah.
they're cutting down trees up there. That was loud. That was a big tree.